Hey guys, it's Lisa, and I just want to acknowledge that literally every single video I make is in bed. Like, every single video. I used to do them on a couch when I lived in my dorm, but that's just because I had a roommate and she would, like, be in bed and I couldn't just sit here and do my video when she was, like, 3 feet away from me. So, yeah, I'm always in bed, and if anyone, like, wants to know why, if you know me in person, you know that I'm the busiest girl in the world. Like, I work two jobs. I'm about to pick up a third job. I'm in a really challenging major with a double minor. Like, I'm in so many organizations and so many things. I'm transferring schools, like internships, like literally everything. Like, I am so busy every single day. And today is actually my first day off in 2 weeks, and then my only day off for the next week and a half. So today's my first day off in a whole entire month, and I'm just exhausted. So I'm in bed and I'm making a video. So this video, however, is not requested. I know I have so many requests like building up in my inbox. Like, the problems that are in those requests are probably like over by now just because I'm not the best with getting to them. But I do the best I can. Like, if somebody comes to me and says like this is urgent, then yes, like I'll do the request. Or if I can tell it this is a problem that I haven't addressed before on my channel, then yes, I'll do it. Like, I do have a way of like prioritizing what needs to be done or what deserves to be done. So eventually I will get around to it. I need to wait until everything slows down. So this isn't a request. This is a video that I think still applies to all of my requests and to everybody who watches my channel. Like, this video literally applies to anyone and anything. And I really do think it's a very versatile subject, and it needs to be on my channel because it goes with my theme of, you know, relationships. So this video is going to be called like Find Peace in Being Alone. If there's one thing that really pisses me the hell off, it's how much this society emphasizes on being with someone, talking to someone, seeing someone, sleeping with someone, hooking up with someone. Like, this society literally kind of like scolds us for being alone. Like, we really don't shed light on independence as much as we shed light on people being alone and doing good things for themselves. Like, if you think about it, we're always like, oh my god, she's been with her boyfriend for a year, like, that's so cute. Or, oh my god, they've been dating for like 6 months, that's so adorable. But you never hear people say, wow, she got out of a really, really long relationship and she had her heart broken, and now she's doing so good for herself. You know, she's been single for like this long now and she lost a lot of weight at the gym. Like, we never emphasize independence as much as we emphasize codependence. Like, think about it. Like, relationships are so good, and that's when all the like the light is shed on it. But as soon as they fall apart, that requires much more energy and much more strength than being with somebody ever did. But nobody wants to shed light on the part that requires effort, like the moving on process, the healing process. Nobody ever sheds light on that, and so I want to do that because I think it deserves to have light shed on it. So, find peace in being alone. I literally don't even know what I'm going to say. I just saw this and I thought about it and I was like, you know what, this needs to be a video. So there is something very, very beautiful in somebody who knows how to be independent in this society, in this day and age, in 2018. There is something very beautiful in that. Being alone, being single, brings you a knowledge that you cannot obtain through dating, through seeing people, through sleeping with people, through relying on people. You can't obtain it. It's a certain kind of knowledge. I can't describe it, and you won't know what I'm talking about unless you live it, okay? Just like people who have traveled the world have a certain knowledge over somebody who has never left their state. Like, it's like people who've never driven a car before. Like, if you ask a native New Yorker or a native Parisian, like, hey, have you ever driven a car? Like, no. Well, guess what? They're not going to truly know how to drive a car. They can watch a video on how to do it, but you obtain a certain knowledge by being behind a wheel, by being in the frickin' 5 o'clock traffic, by running red lights and stop signs, and in my case, almost getting hit every time I take a left at a green light because I always get hit by the oncoming cars. There's a certain knowledge in that, and you can't obtain it unless you live it. It's the same with vice versa. There's a knowledge that you get when you're truly in love with someone and when you're dating someone that you can't get when you have these platonic relationships / when you're not seeing anybody and you're just independent all the time. Humans need to love. Humans were created to love. That is true. It's in the Bible. Like, God put us on this earth to love each other and in like one-on-one cases reproduce with each other and, you know, keep new life coming. So there is a certain knowledge to be obtained in every single thing you're ever going to go through in life. That's so true, and like everybody can agree with me on that. However, if you get out of a relationship, or if you're constantly chasing relationship after relationship, boy after boy, girl after girl, if you're constantly yearning for someone to rely on, for someone to depend on, you're never going to know what it's like to truly be independent. You're never going to obtain that knowledge. Well, Elisa, why do I want this knowledge? You know, it's so much easier just to be with people, excuse me, to be with people and to be happy and to be dating people. Yeah, sure, that's so fun. That's so fun to always, have everything go your way all the time. But guess what? That's not reality. Things crash and burn, okay? What goes up must come down. There's going to be disappointments. There's going to be breakups. There's going to be setbacks. And you're not always going to be given comfort in those times. You're not always going to be given a relationship because your relationship just failed. You're not always going to be given, like, closure. You're not always going to be given hope, okay? Sometimes you're going to be hopeless. Sometimes you're going to be depressed or miserable or just sad. There's a difference between being sad and being depressed. Sometimes you are going to hit rock bottom and there is going to be nothing waiting for you. There's not going to be a relationship. There's not going to be a person. There's not going to be a hookup. There's not going to be a rebound. There's not going to be anything, okay? It's just going to be you and your isolation. It's going to come. And in that moment, you're going to wish that you had learned how to be independent. In that moment, you're going to wish that you learned, what the hell do I do when nothing is working in my favor? What the hell do I do when there's no one there for me? What the hell do I do when I've hit rock bottom and for the first time in my life I don't have anyone to lean on? Okay, it's all rainbows and butterflies until shit hits the fan and real life hits you and you realize, wow, I have nothing. Because you have given yourself to every single person you've ever been with, to every single person you ever slept with, and to every single person you affiliate yourself with, that you have nothing left for yourself. And yeah, you're going to keep giving yourself out, but one day you're going to have no one to give yourself to, and then you're going to realize, wow, like I have none left for myself, and you're going to hit rock bottom, and it happens for everyone. It's called an existential crisis or just a crisis. So it's going to happen. If it hasn't happened already, it's going to happen soon. You realize, like, you've hit a wall, and most people, they don't know what to do because they haven't prepared for this. I mean, who really says, like, okay, I'm going to gear up and prepare for this crisis I'm about to have because it's coming? Like, no, like, of course, live life optimistically, but it is reality. Like, you're not always going to have a relationship to fall back on. You're not always going to have people to fall back on. You're not always going to have someone to talk to, someone to flirt with, someone to sleep with. You're not always going to have someone to tell you that you look beautiful in that dress, or someone to tell you that you look handsome in your new suit. Like, that's not always going to be there for you. So find peace in being alone. This is a very hard skill to obtain, and it can only be obtained, I feel like, through destruction. I don't know anyone that has built themselves up to be, like, great and independent and powerful by not being drilled into the ground and broken in pieces. Like, maybe you can build yourself up, but I feel like you have to be built up from nothing. You have to be built up from pieces. You can't just take something whole and build it. You have to build stuff with pieces. So in order to have those pieces, you need to be broken. So the most powerful, strong people I know have gone through some pretty insurmountable obstacles, through some pretty insurmountable tragedies, hardships, you name it. So, I feel like you need to challenge yourself and see what you can do for yourself that does not rely on any other people. I really don't know exactly what to say because, like I said, I don't script this kind of stuff out. But if there's anything that you can do for yourself that does not involve relying on other people, do it. If you're at a point in your life where nothing is working out for you, that is fine. Don't turn to other people. Don't rely on other people because they will not give you what you're looking for. Only you can live your life. Only you can make yourself happy. If you think about it, people don't make us happy. It's us that allow ourselves to let people make us happy. So everything we do is coming from us. So you really need to, like, crack down and do what makes you happy. I know that's such a cliche, and, like, sometimes, like, we don't take things seriously because we hear them so much or we see them so much, like, follow your heart or do what makes you happy. Like, those kind of the coin terms, like, we see them on t-shirts, we see them spray painted on walls, we see them, like, everywhere, so we don't really think twice about them, right? But think about it, like, you literally need to do what makes you happy regardless of what anyone thinks or says. Like, it's a thing. Like, there comes a time where you just need to say, screw this, like, screw what they want from me, screw what I want from people, it's not always going to work my way. It's not always going to work in my favor. So I need to supply what I'm looking for myself. Quit trying to find things in people that are not guaranteed. If you want a relationship, you can't just go off and look for one, okay? That's not how you get it. Yeah, most of the time, that's probably what you're used to. You go out, you look for a relationship, and you find one. Well, guess what? It obviously, broke if you're on my channel watching this video called Find Peace in Being Alone. I think the best things in life, they can't necessarily be searched for. They just have to be granted to you, but you have to make yourself accessible by them, okay? Good things will fall into your lap, but only if you're ready for it, and only if you deserve it. If you are a broken mess, if you are a broken, dependent mess who relies on people, who is searching for their happiness in other people, why the hell do you deserve an amazing relationship? Why the hell do you deserve an amazing thing? You don't. The universe / God / whatever you believe in will give you what you want only when you're ready for it, only when you give the green light, and it has to be genuine. You will be given something amazing, something you can't even imagine, as soon as you're ready for it. But you're not going to really think that you're ready. It's just going to kind of happen, and then you're going to be able to handle it because you were ready. So that's exactly what happened with me. All throughout high school, oh my god, sorry. All throughout middle school, I guess late middle school and early high school, I would go off and search for relationships, and I would have these little stupid half-assed boyfriends here and there, but I would try so hard to make it work, and I would literally let myself be heartbroken. I would let myself invest too much in a person and then not have it work out, and then I would turn around and give my semi-broken heart to a new boy because I would hope that he would repair it, but then he would just break it more. Every girl knows what I'm talking about. We've had those relationships, right, ladies, where we're broken, so we turn to another boy in hopes that he'll fix it, but then he just breaks us even more, and then we're just really, really sad, and then we listen to Taylor Swift for a really long time, and then we stay up till 11 o'clock p.m. at night because we just can't sleep. And then we go to school the next day and we say, oh my god, I literally did not go to bed till 11 last night. I was so sad. And then our friends are oh, 11, you're such a badass. Every lady knows what I'm talking about. So I had these half-assed relationships in middle school and high school. I'm not any different. We've all had those. And then literally my junior year of high school, I threw the towel in. I was like, you know what? I honestly do give up. I had a really close relationship with God pretty much throughout my whole entire life. But in high school, it really did get a lot stronger. So junior year, I really just, I told myself, I'm giving up. I'm not trying anymore. And I found independence. I was a cheerleader. I was the captain of my cheer team. I had a really close relationship with God. I was working 2 jobs. One of them wasn't paid, but I still just say 2 jobs because it was a job. I just was really independent. I didn't look for boys. I didn't try to make it work with boys. I would have a thing here and there, but I would never invest myself in it. I would just let it be something a hobby. I didn't view boys as dating or relationships. I would just view them as hobbies, pastimes that were just fun and enjoyable. But I wouldn't allow myself to settle for anything that did not sweep me off my feet. So I literally did throw the towel in. And then that summer, I fell in love with a really amazing boy. Literally, it fell into my lap, and because I had just spent so much time becoming independent and focusing on myself and really just doing me, I was able to handle this relationship. I did very well in it. I think I was a great girlfriend. Yeah, I slipped up a lot because it was my first relationship, my first real one, and, good things take practice. You have to, practice things before you get really good at them. So yeah, I slipped up, I messed up. We both did because I was his first girlfriend too. But since I slipped up and I made mistakes and I had faults, now I corrected them and now I know how to be an even better girlfriend. And now I think I'm a really excellent girlfriend because of the mistakes that I've made in the past. So it's because I cleared my slate, okay? I put aside my heartbreak, I put aside my vulnerability, I put aside my dependence, my need for a significant other. I literally cleared my whole entire slate, and I was like, I'm not gonna say that I'm ready for a relationship because I don't want to make myself sound desperate. And I'm talking to God right now. I was I don't want to ask you for something if you don't think I'm ready for it. However, I really have trimmed off the things that really are unhealthy for me, and if you want to bless me with something, I'm totally ready for it. And Okay, so this is like a super personal story, and I guess I'll share it just because why not? I already brought it up and I'm 15 minutes in. So, this is something that not even my ex boyfriend knew. I don't think I ever told him the story. I might have told him the story, but I don't think I did. So, I always called my ex boyfriend my miracle, okay? And this is like, if you don't believe in God, if you're not spiritual, the next few minutes are not going to apply to you at all. But however, if you're a Christian, if you believe in God, this might, be worth listening to. I always called my ex-boyfriend my miracle. Literally, like, I did. Like, that was just, like, one of his, like, nicknames or something. But it was really special to me. And the first picture I ever posted with him on my Instagram, and it's actually still on my page. If you follow me on Instagram, maybe scroll all the way down. The first picture, I kept it up. I deleted the pictures, but I kept this one up just because it is very special. The caption says, I used to pray for the things I have now. And I called him my miracle because what he doesn't know, I don't think he knows. I really don't think I told him. Okay, so I forgot the day that we met. I know it was in July, but I forgot what day. I think it was like the 16th. On the 15th, you know how like in movies when people pray, like they get down by their bed, like on their knees, and they put their like shoulders on the bed. They put their shoulders on the bed like this, and they say a prayer. Well, I had never done that before, and me being like the movie maniac that I am, one night, I think on the 15th, I was having like this crisis where, I developed my independence, but I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like there was something missing. I felt like I had everything going for me. I was making good grades. I was doing pretty good in cheerleading. I was doing good at my jobs. I was doing good, but I honestly felt like there was a puzzle piece that was missing. I did not know what it was. I didn't think it was a boy. I didn't think it was a relationship. I mean, for all I know, it could have been like the missing sock that I've been looking for months is actually just like stuck in the dryer somewhere. Like I just felt like there was something that I didn't know what it was, but something was just not right. And so I literally got down on my knees by my bed. I got off work that night. I got on my hands and knees, or just my knees, and I put my hands on my bed. And I prayed to God, and it was about an hour-long prayer. Literally about an hour. Like, I've never prayed that long. But, like, praying, if you do it right, it's like eating Pringles. You can't just eat one and be done. Like, as soon as you start, it keeps going. Like, you have to keep going in. And that's exactly how that prayer was. Like, I just hit, like, a pothole. Not like a pothole. I hit a jackpot. I knew that the word pot was in there somewhere. I hit a jackpot in like my wording and my feelings, and I kept spewing out. I just kept like talking and talking and talking. And after I said prayer that night, I literally said amen, and I felt different. Okay, I felt different. Like, I know that's like, what do you mean? Like, I can't describe it. I just remember saying that prayer, and something just felt lighter. I felt like I just checked something off of a to-do list. I am so big on to-do lists. Like, when I'm really stressed out, I'll like print templates of the month. Like, I'll type, it's January now, I'll type in like January calendar template 2018, and I'll print it, and I'll like put it on the wall, and I'll write everything out. And I literally have this sticky note thing that says to do on it, and like I'll write everything I have to do, like take medicine, make doctor's appointment, clean the bathroom. Like, I'm very listy when it comes to my life. Like, I love writing things out. But when I said this prayer, I literally felt like I just checked something off. Like, something big. I just felt like I lost weight. Like, not physically, but like something was just, ow, I just cracked my back. Something was just like alleviated. And I never felt like that when I prayed before. Like, normally when I pray and like, yeah, I mean, I'll feel good about it, but like, it was a prayer. Like, you don't normally feel different after you pray. I mean, sometimes you do, but like it's not very often. But after this prayer, I literally felt so different. And I went to bed that night. I literally like got off the floor and I got into bed and I just looked at the ceiling and I was like, like, it was such a weird prayer. Like, I don't know, something just happened. It's like taking a new drug for the first time. You just feel kind of like different, and then you feel the side effects and you're like, that's definitely from the drug. Well, I was staring at the ceiling and I just felt like relieved. I just felt lighter, and I felt like literally all the stress that I had, it had just been drained, And then I was like, that must have been from the prayer. Like, literally. Very next day, I met my boyfriend. And I never told him that story. Like I said, I don't think I did. But that's why I called him my miracle. Because for years and years and years, I tried making it work. I tried finding things, and I tried making them work, and I tried, investing myself in people, but it never worked. And so I finally gathered my independence, but then I felt like something was missing. Got down on my knees for an hour, And I just prayed my heart out. Went to bed. I felt so different that night. I felt like God had truly heard me for the first time in a very long time. And, for Christians who are trying to build up their faith, we struggle with that a lot. We struggle with, wow, can God really hear me? Like, are my prayers just merely hitting the ceiling? Or, like what am I doing wrong? But that night, I literally knew that God heard me. Went to bed, woke up, met my boyfriend the very next day, and we fell in love. I'm not saying now if you get down on your knees tonight and say a really long prayer, you're going to meet someone tomorrow and they're going to change your life. Like, I'm not saying that's what you need to do. However, I am saying that, like, good things come when you're ready for them and when you, in my case, let God know that you're ready for them. Not to say, like, if you ask God for a relationship, like, he should immediately give it to you. Like, God has his own timing. I think he just agreed with me in that moment that my timing was now. It was then. He agreed with me, and so he gave it to me. We dated for a year, and it was a miraculous year. He was an amazing boyfriend, and yeah, we broke up. But in that breakup, I found my independence. It was because of that breakup why I think I'm doing this channel now. I mean, who knows? Maybe I would have done this channel when I was still dating him. However, the knowledge that I've obtained from that situation is what drives these videos. It's literally the gasoline for these videos. It's the fuel for these videos. So, my point is, quit investing yourself in half-assed relationships. They're not worth it. I was at the point, I'm dating someone now, but I literally was at the point where if I was talking to a guy and I literally got the slightest sense of, like, I would just, like, eradicate it instantly. Like, if I immediately had a feeling, like a bad feeling, or if I got a red flag, I wouldn't even try to give them the benefit of the doubt just because there's no time for it, okay? There's no time. I would just cut it off. I found strength in myself to where I could literally be talking to the most attractive boy in the whole entire world. But as soon as he disrespected me, as soon as he gave me a feeling that he was just in it for the wrong things, or that he wasn't going to stick around, or that things weren't going to work out, he could be the sexiest man alive, but as soon as I got a bad feeling about him, I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, I would delete his number, delete him off Snapchat, whatever, move on. And it's because I found that independence that I now am who I am. Like, yeah, I'm dating someone now, but if we broke up tomorrow, I'd be sad, but I'd be fine. And it's because of how I built myself in all the times I was alone. Find peace in being alone. You will thank yourself for it. When I dated my boyfriend for the year, my miracle boyfriend, when we broke up, I was devastated, obviously, because I had just lost him. But a part of me was also devastated because I didn't know how to function alone. I didn't know how to be alone because I had just had him for so long. Like, I was independent, but I really didn't know what independence was. I knew independence, but I didn't know independence from being in love. It's more specific. It's a different kind of scenario. So we broke up, and I was devastated because I didn't know what to do with myself now. Like, I was a mess. I really was a mess. But, where was I going with that? Oh, wait. That's where I was going. I was sad because I did not know what to do. Like, I did not know how to be independent by myself. So I had about a year and a half to, like, really learn. Like, I mean, I dated boys in that time. Like, I had a 3-month relationship shortly after, and it was very well. But since I became so broken, I learned how not to be miserable when things failed. Okay? Now, I have a boyfriend, but if we break up, I can admit that I'll be fine. I know I'll be fine. Like, yes, I like him a lot, and he likes me a lot, and we're doing great. We are doing so great. However, if I lost him, which I don't want to think about that because that's sad, but I would be fine. When I was dating that boy for a year, I didn't have that mindset. I wasn't like, oh, if we break up, I'll be fine. No, I literally told him, like, if we break up, I'll die. And that is something that I never want to hear come out of my mouth or anyone's mouth ever again. That is not independence. That is not sexy. That is not cute. That is not good for you. You should never give someone that much power of yourself. Me and my boyfriend had this conversation. We were like, well, I mean, if we break up, like, what directions would we go and, like, what would happen? And I literally said, like, look, I'd miss you. You're a great contribution to my life, but I would be okay. I mean, I would be. Like, I hope to God that you would be okay, too. I want us to be okay in whatever direction this goes. And he agreed. I mean, he hasn't been through what I've been through, so he was kind of like, I don't want to say he took offense to it, but he was like, oh, wow, okay, like, and then he literally told me, he said, you are literally the most independent person I know, and I said, well, it's because of where I've been. It's because of what I've been through. So I think that's a very important thing that you need to build for yourself, and it's because of what I've been through that I have that mindset. It's because I lost the one person that I truly fell in love with, that I was able to be completely broken and build myself up and build this independence and build this confidence that I have in myself. If shit hits the fan, I will be okay because I've been through it before and I can go through it again. It's like walking through hell. You have to do it once, but then you build calluses on your feet and then you can do it again. So find peace in being alone, and after you do that, you will be able to conquer anything. I can conquer anything now because I found peace in being alone. If you never find peace in being alone, you are going to keep getting hurt. You're going to keep being heartbroken. You're going to keep getting your hopes up just to watch them plummet down. Okay, my hopes, I don't want to say they're up right now because I have a boyfriend. But they're high, but if we break up or if something goes wrong, they're not going to come crashing down. I won't let them because I'm not in a state where that is able to happen anymore. And that's because I found peace in being alone. Not to say I don't like him or I don't have feelings for him. I do. I love myself more. I love myself more than I will ever love anybody else besides God and my family, But you have to find peace in being alone. You have to know what to do on the nights where you don't know what to do, and that's just to let it take its course without relying on other people, without leaning on other people, without turning to other people, without giving yourself away to other people. You can comfort yourself. You can survive whatever it is you're going through, and I promise you can 100% do it by yourself. 100%. And after you do it, it sticks to you, and then all of a sudden you're more confident, you're more independent, you're good, you're built up, you're strong, you're powerful, and it's because of the hell that you've been through. Find peace in being alone, because you will thank yourself for it. Now, I'm not afraid of what's to come. I'm not afraid of any breakups I'm going to go through. I'm not afraid of any people that I'm going to meet, because I know that no matter what happens, whether it goes good or bad, I'll be okay. I wasn't like that when I met my ex-boyfriend. I was like, wow, I really love you, and if I ever lose you, I'm going to lose myself. And it happened. I was miserable, I was sad, I kept trying to turn to people to fill in his void, but I realized, nobody can replace your true love, your first love. So then I pulled the plugs, I found peace in being alone, and God saw it fit for me to have a new relationship, and He gave it to me, and I'm doing great, and it's because of what I've been through, and everything does happen for a reason. I didn't see a reason for this breakup until I really stepped back and looked at myself and who I am today and what I've developed to be, and that is honestly, I don't want to say careless, but I am pretty careless. I'm careless in a good way. I'm careless in an optimistic way. Things don't affect me anymore. I literally just don't care about anything. I care about, my friends and my family, and I care about, my goals for myself. But when it comes to just, trying to make things work, if, I don't know how to word it. Okay, the most amazing relationship I ever had, it literally fell into my lap the day after I prayed for it. So I'm not going to say I'm holding up those standards again, but that's kind of how I view good things happening. I know that God will not let what's for me pass me. If He wants me to have something, He will give it to me, and that's why I'm careless. Because if things are passing me left and right, if, I met a cute boy and things wouldn't work out, I would just be careless, because I know that if it failed or if it went past me, it wasn't from God. So that's why I became careless, because I knew that God wanted me to have that year-long relationship, so He gave it to me. It fell into my lap. I had it. It was mine. The year after that, things would pass me left and right, and normally I would be upset because, oh my God, don't leave, things wouldn't work out, and I would just try to chase after them, but then I realized, no, if God wants you to have it, He will give it to you. He will literally give it to you as long as you're ready for it, as long as you prepare yourself for it, and as long as you make it known to God that you are ready for whatever He has to give you. So that's why I became careless, because I knew that all these things were failing, all these things were falling through the ground, all these things were just not working in my favor, but I did not care, because that means it wasn't from God. But the boyfriend I have now, it worked out with him, and it's because God wants me to have him in this moment. Either He wants me to have him forever, or He wants me to have him temporarily. I don't care, because whatever God wants for me, He will give it to me. And I used to be so, focused on the future and marriage and whatever. I don't care anymore. If God wants me to marry Billy Bob Joe, I will marry him. But as of right now, that's not my goal in life. My goal is to finish my education. It's to get a degree. It's to get a stable job. And that's because I found peace in being alone, that I'm able to set those goals for myself. I'm able to set those standards for myself. And I really hope that you guys will be able to do the same thing. Find peace in being alone. It is the greatest thing you're ever going to do for yourself. Literally, because not even just in relationships, but in your jobs, in school, and just your general life. Like, being independent is the greatest thing you can do for yourself because you literally learn how to do everything on your own. You literally learn how to, like, and I don't mean physically, like, learn how to get your groceries by yourself, learn how to get to work by yourself. Like, mentally, you can mentally overcome anything by yourself. You don't need people, you don't need friends, I mean, friends are always good to have, but you don't need people to propel you through obstacles anymore. You just need yourself. And it's literally like a first aid kit. Like, you have everything you need just right here. And it's the same thing with your head when you're independent. Like, everything you need is in here. All your problem solving skills, all your rationalizing skills, everything is just right here. And you feel confident because as long as you have this sphere on top of your shoulders, you'll be fine no matter where you go. And it's because of independence. It's because you found peace in being alone. And as soon as you find peace in being alone, as soon as you clear the slate, as soon as you make yourself ready, and God thinks you're ready, He agrees with you, He's like, yeah, you're ready, cool, because I think you're ready too. That's when good things are going to happen. But you have to be ready. And in order to be ready, you have to find peace in being alone. Thank you so much for listening, and feel free to send in any requests. Thank you. Bye.